The Young and the Restless spoilers full episodes Tuesday update October 29th. Victor Newman, the formidable patriarch of the Newman dynasty, had always been a man of immense influence and charisma. His sharp business acumen had kept Chabot Cosmetics at the pinnacle of the beauty industry for decades. However, his latest interest was something, or rather, someone unusual, Diane Jenkins. Diane, with her striking beauty and enigmatic presence, had long been a subject of Victor's admiration. Their professional interactions were often laced with subtle flirtations, but circumstances had never allowed their relationship to transcend into something more personal. Nikki Newman, Victor's wife, had always been acutely aware of Victor's fascination with Diane. Her instincts told her that Diane was not just another ambitious professional vying for a place within Chabot, but someone with her own hidden agendas. Nikki had seen too many alliances crumble and too many hearts broken within the high-stakes environment of Genoa City. Her protective nature over Victor drove her to take measures to prevent any potential romantic entanglements that could threaten their marriage and, by extension, Victor's business empire. Diane's maneuver. Diane, however, was no ordinary contender. She had been a behind-the-scenes player for years, holding vital secrets about Chabot Cosmetics and its long-standing rivalries, particularly with Jack Abbott. Her knowledge was a double-edged sword. It made her an invaluable asset to Victor but also a potential threat to Jack's dominance. Diane's ambition had reached a boiling point, and she saw an opportunity to seize control of Gala, a subsidiary that had recently become the focal point of internal power struggles. With meticulous planning, Diane orchestrated a coup, removing her own son from the position of CEO. The move was bold and ruthless, signaling her intent to take full control of Gala. This audacious act did not go unnoticed by Victor. Instead of recoiling, he found himself drawn even more to Diane's daring and strategic mind. She wasn't just a pretty face, she was a formidable force capable of turning the tide in his favor against Jack Abbott. Nikki's interference. Nikki's suspicions about Diane's intentions deepened as she observed the rapid changes unfolding within Gala. She had always believed that Diane's ambition could lead to disaster, and now her worst fears seemed to be materializing. Determined to protect her marriage and Victor's legacy, Nikki took a stand. She prohibited Victor from engaging in any business dealings with Diane, fearing that any collaboration could lead to infidelity or further betrayals. "Nikki, you're overreacting," Victor had argued during one of their heated discussions. "Diane is an asset, not a threat." "I know what I'm doing, Victor," Nikki retorted, her eyes flashing with determination. "Diane has too many secrets, and I can't afford to have you getting involved with someone who could potentially undermine everything we've built." Victor, torn between his admiration for Diane and his loyalty to Nikki, found himself in an increasingly precarious position. Diane's influence over him was undeniable, and her strategic maneuvers within the company only heightened the stakes. Claire's dilemma. Amidst these power struggles, Claire Abbott found herself grappling with the disintegration of the Abbott family. The once unified front of the Abbotts had been fractured by Victor's relentless pursuit of power, which had directly impacted her beloved brother, Kyle Abbott. Kyle's marriage had been strained to the breaking point, and Claire watched helplessly as her family's happiness was systematically dismantled. Claire's respect and trust for her grandfather, John Abbott, had waned as she witnessed the collateral damage caused by his relentless business rivalries. Determined to forge her own path, Claire sought to assert her independence and challenge the authority of the Newman patriarch. Her relationship with her father had grown strained, and she found solace in her close bond with Kyle, who shared her disdain for Victor's manipulative tactics. Victoria Newman, Victor's daughter, had attempted to caution Claire against getting too entangled in the Abbott family matters. "You don't want to drag yourself into the Abbott drama, Claire," Victoria had warned. "It's not worth the trouble." But Claire was undeterred. "I can't just stand by and watch our family fall apart," she had replied firmly. "I need to do something to protect Kyle and restore some semblance of happiness to our lives." The brewing conflict. As Diane solidified her control over Gala, Victor leaned into their partnership, using Diane's insider knowledge to strategize against Jack Abbott's attempts to reclaim his foothold in the industry. Their collaboration was a strategic alliance, blending Victor's seasoned business instincts with Diane's fresh perspectives and deep-seated secrets. However, this alliance did not sit well with Nikki, who saw it as a ticking time bomb. Her fears were not unfounded. Diane's ambition was matched only by her cunning, and the potential for both business and personal betrayals loomed large. Meanwhile, Claire's determination to stand up against Victor brought her into direct conflict with the Newman family. She began to rally support within the Abbott ranks, seeking allies who shared her vision of protecting the family's legacy from Victor's overreach. Her efforts did not go unnoticed, and tensions within the family grew as loyalties were tested and alliances formed. The turning point. One crisp autumn evening, the simmering tensions reached a boiling point at a high-profile industry gala hosted by Jabot Cosmetics. The event was meant to showcase the latest innovations and solidify Jabot's dominance in the market, but it became the stage for a dramatic confrontation. As guests mingled under the grand chandeliers, Diane approached Victor with a proposal. "Victor, with my recent changes at Gala, we have a unique opportunity to consolidate our power even further. Jack won't know what hit him." Victor, visibly impressed, nodded in agreement. "You've outdone yourself, Diane. Together, we can ensure Jabot remains unchallenged." Unbeknownst to them, Nikki had been observing their interaction closely. Her suspicions had only grown stronger, and she knew that any alliance between Victor and Diane was fraught with peril. Later that evening, Claire made her presence known. She confronted Victor publicly, her voice unwavering. "Victor, your relentless pursuit of power is tearing our families apart. What about the happiness of your own son? What about the well-being of the Abbott family?" The room fell silent as all eyes turned to Claire. Victor's expression hardened, and Diane stepped forward, sensing the shift in the atmosphere. "Claire, this is business. Personal grievances have no place here." But Claire was resolute. "This isn't just business anymore. It's about family, about love, and about the future of those who are left to pick up the pieces. I won't let you destroy what little remains of our happiness." Nikki's ultimatum. Nikki, unable to contain her frustration any longer, interjected. "Enough, Claire. Victor and I have built something together, and I won't let anyone, including you, tear it apart." Claire met Nikki's gaze with steely determination. "You think you can manipulate everything, Nikki? But I see through your facade. This ends now." The confrontation was a catalyst for deeper conflicts. Alliances shifted, and the undercurrents of betrayal and ambition surged to the forefront. Diane, sensing an opportunity amidst the chaos, decided to make her move. She approached Victor privately, away from the prying eyes of the gala. "Victor, we need to solidify our partnership. There are ways to ensure Jack's downfall without further exposing ourselves," Diane whispered, her eyes gleaming with calculated intent. Victor, torn between his loyalty to Nikki and his fascination with Diane, struggled to maintain his composure. "I understand, Diane, but Nikki is becoming more of an obstacle than a partner. We need to handle this delicately." Diane smiled slyly. "Leave Nikki out of this. Focus on what really matters, strengthening our position. I have resources that can help us eliminate any threats, discreetly." Victor nodded slowly, the gears in his mind turning. Diane's proposition was tempting, but it also posed a significant risk. He knew that crossing Nikki would have severe repercussions, both personally and professionally.